This podcast is sponsored by Advanced Hygienics. All their contact details will be in our description. This is Nurul Huda Ramadan podcast series, The Ladies Chapter. Okay, Ustazah, the leniency for women who can't fast or taken into other factors, considering maybe they are sick. So, could you tell us more about it?
Okay, of course. And I think the ladies listening in, they will be very, very, very interested to know this because every single Ramadan, these questions non-stop. Every year, people are going to ask me the same question. Ustazah, if I'm on period, what can I do? What can I read? Lailatul Qadar. This is every year. Okay,
Yes,
so
I feel
ladies,
them as well.
if you're listening, listen properly. This time,
Yes, ladies, listen.
take out your, I don't know what you're going to do, record, take notes and all. This is very, very important and you need this information for the rest of your life, okay? For the rest of your life.
And for me also, Ustazah.
Yeah, for you also, Sajidah. So, the woman here, when we talk about woman, now there's a lot of woman, half woman, I don't know lah. But we talk about the real born, Allah assigned to you this gender, a woman, being a girl since baby, and it's a great honor. Okay,
Masya Allah.
being a woman in Islam is a great honor. We came from a time where before Islam, the girls were buried alive. Okay, but then when the Prophet came, Allah sent revelation that daughters are keys to paradise.
Yeah.
Subhanallah,
I've
right?
read somewhere as well.
And then how Allah elevate the status of mothers, the status of wives, you know. So women is, in Islam, women are really, really looked after. Allah look after us, you know. So when we come to Ramadan, a lot of women always have that feeling of, I cannot do this, I cannot do that. Why the men can? Why we cannot? You know, always this comparison. The thing is, we are different. We are not like men. There are some things that women can do that men cannot do. But the men are not complaining, I want to be pregnant, I want to get my...
I think they cannot take that pain lah, Ustazah.
You know, but this is the thing. Women, we shouldn't compare ourselves with men. Allah make us special. Okay, and in our different time, when we are teenager, we are different. We got our periods. You know, teenager we got our periods. It's irregular. And then when we get married, there's, you know, other issues. Childbirth, and then after giving birth, you got bleeding, and then you decide to breastfeed. You know, this is very tiring, and you need a lot of energy. You are always thirsty, and then it's Ramadan, and some of you are listening, and you are going through these things. You are breastfeeding, and then you already tried to fast, but then in half day you are dizzy and all this. So. You know, sometimes people pressure you and say like, last time my mother also can fast what? Why you
peer pressure.
Lembiknya? My mother anak 10 puasa macam biasa. You anak kita baru 2, relax puasa je lah. You know, this kind of comments like sister-in-law say this, mother-in-law say this, mother say this. Mak dulu puasa tak ada lah lembik-lembik macam gini. Nak kena makan itulah, supplement inilah. But the thing is, you see, as much as women, we are all women. Even each woman is different.
Yep.
Okay, and
Definitely.
Allah recognize this. Allah recognize this. Some women, yes, they can fast 30 days straight. Pregnant, they can fast. Some women, Allah is testing them with some weaknesses. This is their challenge. And if you are challenged this way, Allah will reward you for being patient with this challenge. Okay,
ladies, listen.
Yes, the purpose of Ramadan is not just, like we mentioned, it's not just to bear the hunger and thirst.
Okay.
It's also controlling our desire.
Okay.
Okay, controlling our desire, controlling emotions, you know, better our behavior.
Okay.
So while we are unable to fast, sometimes really because of biological reasons, okay, when you really don't fast, don't need to fast. Allah says don't fast. One is when you are on your period.
Okay.
Another one is after you give birth, during your postnatal bleeding. These two, you cannot fast. And you shouldn't fast because when you are going through these two, your body needs to replenish all the blood that it has lost. You need to eat. You need to eat, you need to drink, you need to nourish your body. This is amanah tau. You kena jaga kesihatan you. If you are a mother, you want to take care of your baby. You are breastfeeding, this is optional. Okay, you're pregnant, you're breastfeeding.
Okay.
You want to puasa.
Okay.
But then at the same time, the doctor has advised, ma'am, you may not want to fast this year because we want to monitor your baby's growth, or you have high blood pressure, you need medication. It can be life and death if you still choose to fast. You boleh mati. So jangan kerana kita tak nak kodok puasa, kita mati-mati nak puasa. Because at the end of the day, life is more priority.
Okay.
Islam values life a lot. So kalau nak compare antara nyawa dengan puasa, nyawa dulu. Nyawa dulu. Okay, so when you're breastfeeding or you're pregnant, Allah says that if you are not feeling well, those who are ill, they can choose not to fast.
Okay, Ustazah, saya ada sorry to cut you here. Kalau kita rasa kalau kita nak puasa juga bila tengah sakit, salah tak?
You go back to the intention, niat kita apa? Kita nak puasa, kenapa nak puasa? A lot of sisters out there, I talk to a lot of sisters really. I have 10 years of teaching ladies. A lot of them nak puasa pasal jadi nanti lepas Ramadan tak payah qada.
Okay.
Ustazah, lepas Ramadan nak puasa susah lah Ustazah. Nanti husband I ajak makan, nanti ada family gathering, susah. Jadi tak apalah, I pening pun pening lah, nak pingsan pun pingsan lah. Asalkan after that tak payah qada lah, leceh lah. Ask yourself, is that the right reason to puasa?
Okay, the intention, the
intention. So if you are not feeling well, that's a sign that your body need medication, your body need to drink. If you are breastfeeding, your body needs nutrition because your baby is feeding from you. If you puasa juga, baby is fasting, output milk tak cukup, you nak puasa juga, and then baby is not drinking from any other sources, baby belum lagi makan, you aniaya tau, aniaya anak you. You rasa dosa ke tak?
Dosa lah tu. So dosa besar juga.
So you see, at the end of the day, you jangan tanya Ustazah, saya patut puasa ke tak? You kena tengok diri you. You able ke tak? Are you able or not physically? Maybe mentally yes, you are ready. Ramadan, I want to do this. Physically you may feel okay, tapi anak you merana. Pasal apa? Susu tak cukup. And then you mati-mati nak breastfeed, tak nak susu lembu, kambing semua tak nak. Lembu, kambing tak puasa. Dia punya milk flow macam biasa. Okay, but we choose to breastfeed our milk. So it is our responsibility to ensure that our child is fed. Budak tak payah puasa. Is cruel to deprive our babies of quality milk. Kalau kita nak breastfeed, then we have to ensure that we are breastfeeding properly. Kalau Allah dah kasih leniency, breastfeeding and pregnancy, you ada you kena jaga diri you kena jaga anak you. If you feel that when you puasa, either you are affected, you mabuk, you pingsan. Kalau lah milk output you banyak pun, kalau you mabuk pingsan, you rasa you boleh terlepas baby you, ataupun you tengah gini you tertidur ke, you pingsan tengah jalan dengan baby wearing, you on the road you faint, is that responsible?
Not responsible at all.
So again, nyawa dengan puasa, nyawa is more priority. You can always qada. The thing is, puasa boleh ganti. When you tak puasa bulan Ramadan because of these reasons, you qada. You replace another day when you are feeling better, when you don't have to really eat and drink, you don't have medications, you are well. Okay, puasa. Tapi bila dalam keadaan dalam bulan puasa ni, you nak puasa juga sampai pingsan-pingsan,
habislah.
Should you?
Definitely not. So what can they do? Apa mereka boleh buat?
Banyak benda boleh buat. Banyak amalan-amalan yang bukan puasa related. Yang you boleh buat lah.
This podcast is sponsored by Advanced Hygienics. All their contact details will be in our description. This is Nurul Huda Ramadan podcast series, the ladies chapter.